Hello everybody and welcome to the legendary Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari, a circuit where history, speed, and precision collide. Nestled in the Italian countryside, this narrow and technical track is one of the ultimate tests for F1 machinery. With unforgiving curves, rapid elevation changes, and iconic corners like Tamburello, Acqua Minerale, and Ravazza, drivers will need absolute commitment to stay fast and mistake-free. Tonight, the Slipstream Racing League takes on this classic venue where strategy, patience, and precision will decide who conquers Imola. One wrong move here can end your race, but a perfect lap can be pure magic. Sit back and get ready. F1 action at Imola is ready to begin. And already, Trent H pulling out the fast lap of the session so far. Will get bested by Cody Lawrence on 1:15. Won the new provisional pole time to beat. Jack comes down pit road. Here's a look at Raider as they set their time. Raider's going to go up into P2 provisional, of course, but 1:15.3. 1:15.4, excuse me, set that last time around. Taking a look at Cody Fowler, should be one of the next drivers to the line to get a lap stitched together, rocking the C6 compound. And heard from a couple of the drivers that the C6 were obviously very unforgiving if you pushed them too hard on your out lap, and looks like Cody Fowler may have been pushing on this lap as we approach the Pirates Corner or Piratella. Turn number 9 before we got down to Acqua Minerale. Jack arriving to the scene of the crime, seeing the yellows yields some time. Trevini this time by about a second slower than their personal best. Assume that they'll be coming in for a change of boots. I'll get back out onto the racetrack here again. And there is an Trevini coming down pit road. Now, Cody Lawrence should be on an out lap right now. That provisional time to beat that 1:15.112. Definitely building up speed for a run onto this next one. Cody Lawrence gets to the line on the out lap. Let's see if we can go on board with the man in pole. See what it's like coming through the first chicane of Variante Tamburello, now into the Villeneuve chicane, attacking all the track that you can. The gravel traps here are going to punish the drivers more than track limits can from real penalty. So expect to see a couple of them head off into the kitty litter for this one tonight. Now the run into the high chicane of Variante Alta looks good for Cody Lawrence, and he's deploying as much of that energy as he possibly can before you get down to Ravazza 1, turn 17, and then Ravazza 2, turn 18, before we get down towards turn 19, the slight kink for the start-finish line. Will it be improvement for Cody Lawrence on this lap? It is a 1:14.802, sets back Anand Trivedi to half a second back. And Pete Rader 6/10 back right now. Trent H outside the 1 second range. Spump 1.4 back. Twisted Jack 2.222 back. Cody Fowers still out there trying to stitch together his perfect lap. Going up to turn number 9, Paratella is where Cody Fowers had the incident before. Through Tosa, he's looking good. Now down through Acca Minerale. Not use all the curb there, because it might cost you a little bit of that time. 14.8, 14.9 coming in for Trivedi in the battle for the lead in the championship right now. So Cody Lawrence comes down pit road with 10 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the session. Cody Fowers already on his way out, mounted those new boots. Thinks he can do a little bit better than that 14.8. Cody Lawrence getting to the high chicane. And with 9 minutes left to go in this qualifying, it's still anybody's ball game, that's for sure. $1:15.1 set by Trent H. That'll be his new PB here, and he's driving a sporty looking livery for this championship bout, representing Team Audi, driving the number 5. Exciting turn of events for this championship season was that Pete Rader and Twisted Jack were both teaming up trying to get the Constructors Championship out from under the Cadillacs. And we'll to see how that fares over the course of this championship bout to see where the drivers end up faring at the end of the day. Looks like outlaps here for Cody Lawrence and for Trividi. Trent H on his way into pit road. Pete Rader still putting down laps, it would seem. I'm not sure if this is just a test to see the durability of the C6 compound, but it stays awfully tight between P2 and P5. Just half a second between them. 7/10 separate the top 5 right now. 1.4 back will be Spump, and then 3 seconds back will be Cody Fowers driving the number 10 Slipstream Racing car. New PB by Trividi goes up into P2 by a even tighter margin. 80 thousandths will separate Trividi from Cody Lawrence. It looks like Cody couldn't do any better on that previous run. Quickly mounts a new set of softs and gets back out onto the racetrack. Trent beginning their flyer now. Keeping an eye on the Delta for Trent. It's looking to be an improvement, but you know who else is improving right now is Spump, or was improving was Spump. As they got to the line, last lap, fast lap for Spump, 1:15.6 that last time around. Marginal improvements there still for Trent H, about 3/10 gained through the high chicane. Now again, keeping it cool through Ravazza is very important. Can he keep it on the razor thin margin that he needs to get enough time? I don't think it'll be enough when he gets to the line, but it will be an improvement. 1:15.1 for Trent. On board with the man in second place, needs 80 thousandths of a second to get hold of P1. Crosses the line to start his lap, stays as tight as possible for turn number 1. Now we approach turn 2, the low chicane. in through Tosa. A little bit tentative to get on throttle out of Tosa. Just a precautionary measure. Make sure you don't spin up the rears. Quick downshift in through Piratella. Aquamarala's got to be so tricky to get right in these Formula One cars, but he manages to do it just nearly perfect on this run. 2 minutes left to go on the clock at the top of your screen. A big wheel spin for Trividi as he stepped out onto the green painted lines. Using all of the entry curving possible for Ravazza 1, all of the exit of Ravazza 2. And will he get the 80 thousandths of a second that he needed? He did get it by just barely any margin. And Trividi 114.722. And a celebratory spin there. But it's not over yet. Cody Lawrence is still on an outlap. Can potentially clinch it back. Does he have the Mazza to pull it off? One minute remaining on the clock. This will be the final run of things. Getting through the Villeneuve chicane. It looked a little sketchy for Cody. He's up almost a tenth through Piratella. Through Aquamarale, it's fluttering right around 2/10 gained. Will he maintain this consistency through Ravazza 1 and Ravazza 2 as the session closes? We will get the checkered flag to fly when Cody Lawrence crosses the line here. He snatches back the pole position, 114.701. Best over Trividi by 21 thousandths of a second. 4/10 back will be Trent. Twisted Jack with 115.2, his new personal best. Pete Rader 6/10 down. Spunf 9/10 back, and Cody Fowler is 3 seconds down from there. That's going to conclude the run for qualifying for now, folks. We'll get the grid sorted out here in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere as we get the drivers sorted up here for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. What an amazing qualifying session that was. It was handed back and forth between Cody Lawrence and Anand Trividi a few times. I thought Trividi had it locked, sealed, and delivered. Coming into the final lap of qualifying, Cody Lawrence was able to snatch it away literally as the checkered flag was flying. This man just could not be stopped. He still has 35 kilograms of ballast attached to him. A little bit of success ballast from the previous season. Seven cars line the field tonight, folks. So if you want yourself see yourself get on the grid, be sure to check out Slipstream Racing on the Discord. Get yourself inserted in your sim rig every Monday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And get yourself loaded up into one of the greatest simulators and greatest grid of drivers you'll ever find. The Slipstream Racing crew is absolutely fantastic. From beginners to full-blown experts, everybody has room to grow here. Right now, it's going to be Cody Lawrence in the pole position, with Trevidi holding down P2 in that first row. Trent H in third place in the inside of row number 2. Twisted Jack going to line that second row with fourth position in the number 5 Team Jumpman Tar Heels. Pete Rader in 5th place shouldn't challenge his teammate, but he might on the starting run down towards turn number 2. Spunf in P number 6, followed by Cody Fowers in P7. And as you can hear, the drivers are starting their engines. Let's get ready to take the green flag here in just a few moments' time. The drivers are getting ready. They're getting their setups dialed in and ready to take the green flag drop here in just a few moments' time. And it's green, green, green here for Slipstream Racing, and it's a bit of a squabble in the backfield for position as drivers start jostling left, right, and center, but it will be single file line for the race leaders as it sits. Be careful because the Team Jumpman Tar Heels F1 cars look a little jumpy. There goes one actually off in the background. I'll be Twisted Jack falling back down into P7 on the opening lap. Whoa, bit of a moment there for Spunf. but Spun's able to recover and still hold on to P5 for now. Cody Lawrence pulls out a stonking 1.7 second gap on the rest of the field, and a little slip up from Pete Rader opens up the gap from P4 to P3 to over 1 second. This closes things down between Trent H and Anand Trivedi. It was pretty close in the qualifying session. They're keeping it close on the tarmac as well. Gap has come down to just 0.9 of a second underneath that between Cody Lawrence and Trivedi, as Trivedi has picked up the pace and started setting purple sector times. A little bit of a slip up there from Rader. Excuse me, out of Trent H allows Rader through. The exit of Ravazza compromised Trent's run. Now I want to keep an eye on this gap right here though. Half a second, nearly nothing. And there goes Trent H off. He's off at Variante Villeneuve. And he continues to make mistakes at a track where you really have to just remain mistake-free. Because Imola is a very tight, technical, and flowing circuit with a mix of heavy braking zones, quick transitions, and medium-speed corners. So what does this mean? It rewards precision more than outright power, meaning mistakes cost a lot more. Gap closing down between Trivedi and Cody Lawrence. It's down beneath half a second. Can this mean that Trivedi can potentially mount an attack? Immediately as I say that, the gap opens up to over 1 second. Pete Rader in a great position to get a good haul of points for himself and the team right now. Running in P3, 119.0 that last lap around. Faster than Trivedi by 0.6 on that previous run. So Rader definitely has pace for a podium contention tonight. But does he have the consistency to match it? Back looking at Trivedi. Here running behind Cody Lawrence. Cody Fowers, I didn't even recognize having a DNF. And not seeing any message in the YouTube chat to reflect why that would have occurred. Maybe that has to do with Spunp's DNF as well, as he retires from the session, leaving us with just 5 remaining. And it's become a 3-way squabble. Cody Lawrence leading us here on lap 5. Trevidi in P2, 1.2 second back. And Pete Rader in the mix, 1.3 seconds back. And as I was saying, like, Imola is so technical, and smooth inputs are going to mean faster laps here. The race is going to come down to strategy in tire management, as tire wear and temperature matter in a race distance scenario. Some of these drivers might want to consider preserving their tires early on in the stint to execute pace later on. If you push too hard on laps 1 through 3, you could potentially burn through your fronts and it'll never come back. You can always modulate your brake pressure to help reduce tire scrubbing and prolong grip across the stint. Smooth driving will really let your tires stay in an optimal window. That's especially true with the F1 car's weight distribution. Trevidi closed down a healthy margin on Cody Lawrence, but didn't want to act going in towards turn 2. Oh, big mistake at the edge of the Villeneuve chicane. Checking out the front nose of Trent H and his Audi here before we check out Pete Rader and the lead battle again. And Rader, I'm not upset with what he's doing right now. He's giving up a lot of the DRS. He's getting out of the dirty air, and he's just happy to run his own race. He's faster than the cars in front right now. Well, at least faster than Anand Trivedi. But I think he's happy to stay in P3 and just dial it back a percentage or two to not really ruin his own race. Imola is very much a flow-based circuit. So again, if you're able to preserve your tires and perhaps carry a little bit more momentum rather than braking really aggressively into some of these corners, well, that'll just save you lap time. And I think that's what Pete Rader is doing lap after lap, perhaps saving a little bit of that tire, and it's just coming back to him tenfold. As the gap again comes down from this time from 1.8 to 1.3 seconds back. Oh, another big wiggle this time for Pete Rader. Coming out of Ravazza. He looks like he managed to keep it beneath him. 119.0 that last time around. And that's what I mean. You want to stay mistake-free here at Imola because of its flowy nature. Oftentimes, if you make a mistake in one sector, it'll really ruin your overall lap rather than just hurt you in one sector, because one will lead directly into the next sector. This track is absolutely, unequivocally one of my all-time favorites, folks. It was one of my first ever hot lapping tracks that I ever raced on. And it is a track that's very, very rewarding to get right. At the end of the day, if you can stitch together a lap around Imola, it is quite impressive. Oh, a bit of kitty litter kicked up for Trevini, as he has a big Code Brown moment as we chase down the leader. And I like that we're seeing these nice, healthy buffers between drivers, allowing them to make tiny micro mistakes like that and not be threatened by getting overtaken or squished, run over by the driver behind them. We're not necessarily in DRS trains, but darn near close to DRS trains, as the drivers just skirt on the outside of 1 second gaps. Beautiful shots of the cars coming through some of the fastest chicanes in Italy. We haven't even discussed the track history here at Imola, let alone the track details that we have. Of course, Imola is a track of exactly 3 miles in length, 4.9 kilometers. Imola was founded in 1953. It's been unchanged from 1994. We are located in Bologna, Italy. We have 19 corners in total, 8 to the right, 11 to the left, with 34 meters or 111 feet of elevation change. Before it became a permanent circuit, Imola's layout was made up of public roads, which explains its old school flowy nature with gradual elevation changes. Before it became dedicated to car racing, Imola hosted MotoGP events from the 1960s until 1999. However, due to safety concerns for motorcycle racing, led to its removal from the calendar. '89, 19-0, 19-3. From the top 3 drivers, it looks like our positions are to remain status quo for now, but here comes Trent H. Last time around. looks like a 19.4 from him last time around, so not too shabby. And first pit stop takes place. Anand Trivedi blinks this time. Tries to go for an undercut on the leader, Cody Lawrence. This is a smart strategy. I like it. Will it be a good pit stop for Trivedi? He's already out onto pit road exit. And another set of C4 tires. Oh no, and Trent is off. And it looks like at the end of Tosa, and he rejoins the racetrack. That's really going to hurt his charge and the haul of points for the team tonight. Oh, and worse for Trent H. We're going to take our gaze off of that for a minute and see if anybody else is going to come down pit road. Pete Rader stays out. Cody Lawrence stays out also. Now the gap between Lawrence and Trivedi is going to be about 28 seconds. Will the mounted new C4 compound tires do anything to improve these lap times? Cody Lawrence is still able to produce those 119.7s. Anand Trivedi has got to put down low 118s to make this undercut work. Raider into pit lane. Gap remains about the same. 119.4 from Trivedi on that outlap. Not too bad. But I think he knows he has a lot of ground to make up now if he wants to make this two-stop strategy work out. Two purple sectors get set by Anand Trivedi. Cody Lawrence last time by 120, 224. 117. New benchmark to be beat. So yeah, I think Anand Trivedi is doing the work. Chops down 3 seconds from the cherry treat. Now has a fighting chance to get in front of Cody Lawrence. Lap 21 would be the halfway point. Can Cody really run these tires to lap 21 and do this on a single stop race? I mean, he's still out there on track on lap 17. You might as well. It's only another 4 laps, right? 12, 16. 16 seconds even. Or 12 to 16 seconds that Anand Trivedi can make up isn't going to be enough. Oh, and he's sliding those tires through the first chicane. Well, he definitely sees the writing on the wall now. The strategy calls have been made, so Cody Lawrence will be going for the single stopper tonight, while Trivedi is clearly going for a 2-stop strategy. 119.0 set by Twisted Jack, showing us that he really did have some significant pace tonight. And he did set that on a set of C4 compound tires. They're only 2 laps old. Cody Lawrence loses the lead in the pits. To a 9-second gap. That was due to those 3 monumental laps around Imola that Anand Trivedi was able to produce. Now Cody did mount the C5 compound. Means that he's going for a very short middle stint to try to get back on even keel with Trivedi. Now, if you're Trivedi and you're seeing this, what can you do to counter this strategy? I think it's just drive the wheels off this machine. Yeah, keep putting down 117s. That's step number 1 for sure. But I'm curious what Cody Lawrence can produce when he is on a flyer. Cody Lawrence on the C5, running about 3/10 quicker already on this lap, and gaining through every corner. A little bit of a mistake coming through the high chicane. But they'll still be quick on this run. 18-2 though. That last time by. See if he has anything else in the tank for us this time around. He's already 2/10 quicker. And we're only one chicane through now to the second before we get to Tosa. Wow, Cody Lawrence a half-second faster on this lap, breaking into the 117s. .117.7, the fast lap set by Cody Lawrence. 2/10 faster than Trevithi's time. Now, I think if you're an Trevidi, the only thing to do is drive the wheels off of this car for as long as you can until there's no more tread left. Ditch them and get a new set as quick as possible. And take care of that set as much as you need to get to the end of the race. 21 laps to go here at Imola. Now, who is gonna another blistering 117.7 set by Cody Lawrence this time by? Keeps on bringing home the bacon, that's for sure. .118.2 set by Trevidi last time by. It's not looking like we'll see another 117 out of that machine again. Not on this stint, at least. Have these C5s already fallen off for Cody? This time by is going to be just outside the 117s, 117.952. Now, Trevidi just put in a 118.1. And is on 10-lap old tires. Lawrence on 5-lap old tires. I don't know, 117.9. So time really not going either way at this point. It's no cause for alarm. We definitely haven't gotten to the fall-off period of the C4s yet compared to the fall-off of the C5s, which have been dramatically quicker. just past the halfway point of this event. And there's the fall off from the C4 compound. We're into the 119s for Trividi, unless that was due to a mistake. A 2-second gap evaporated in front of our very own eyes. Oh no, and that's going to be a mistake for an Trividi coming through Acqua Minerale. So this will surely give the lead back over to Cody Lawrence. And it does. I needed to be a mistake-free masterclass of a finish for Anand Trividi. But it just couldn't quite be at the end of the day. That'll be an immediate pit stop call for Trividi, and we'll see what he ends up mounting. Quick pit stop there. He'll fall back behind Raider. And as he comes through the detection point, we'll find out that he's on C5 compounds. And those C5s will probably try to carry him to the end of the race. Lap 26 of 42 under our belts. Well, 18.485 for our race leader. One mistake is all it took to give the lead back over to Cody Lawrence on the C5 strategy, trying to run it down to the very end. There's your pit stop call from Pete Raider now, giving back P2 to Trividi. Oh, a trip through the gravel for Trividi. Shows you how much the driver here is pushing. Twisted Jack, only 9 seconds back from here. And mounted on a pair of C4 tires. I wonder if he has the ability to catch up to Trividi. Great drive from Jack tonight. Let's see his number of pit stops tonight. He's only made one, so with another pit stop to go for Jack expectedly. He might lose a position only to his teammate of Raider, as I think Trent H might be a little too far back to recover. Here's your positions gained for the evening. Twisted Jack and Pete Rader both up 1. Good result for the team in blue. And Trent H falling down 2 positions, unfortunately, after a couple spills and thrills on the opening laps. Another Trevidi. He keeps on challenging forward, isn't done with his battle for P1. Purple Sector 1 for Trevidi. And Cody Lawrence actually in pit lane. Oh, there goes Cody Lawrence, and here comes another Trevidi. Down the front straightaway we go. C4 compound mounted for Cody Lawrence. C5 for Trevidi here. Now 7/10 margin isn't much on paper, but Trevidi will probably have to make another pit stop to make it to the end of this race tonight. As we go on to lap 30. Trevidi with the DRS help. Still cannot get an overtake done on Cody Lawrence and those fresh tires. Big slide for Trevidi. Going to Tamburello. It looked okay, but through Villeneuve, it was not planted at all. Variante Alta, the high chicane. It looks good for the man in white and red. Lap set by Cody Lawrence last time by 1:17.487. Last lap, fast lap. All this drag reduction system though is helping out Trevidi a whole heap to stay in the mix. There goes the pit stop from Trevidi. Right when he escaped the DRS slipstream of Cody Lawrence. I think that was the final call. He had to make it here with 10 laps remaining. Twisted Jack also comes into the pits on the same lap as Trevidi, so that'll negate any advancing made there. Pete Raider gets by his teammate Twisted Jack, but will Trent H as well. Doesn't look to be the case, as Jack is on his way out on pit road now. Closest battle on track is the one right here between Pete Raider and Anand Trivedi. Looked like Raider was able to close down the gap while we weren't looking. Purple Sector 1 from Cody on lap 33 here. A 120 set by Pete Raider. Expands the gap to Trevedi ahead by just a little bit. And that'll be Raider off at Tamburello. It'll get spun up, point in the right direction, but this might bring Twisted Jack into the mix here. Now, what was a 2 and some second gap forward is now a 5.5 second backwards for the man in third place. Only 8 laps left to go here at Imola. Or should I pronouncedly say the Autodromo de Enzo e Dino Ferrari. Twisted Jack's doing a good job of closing down the gap here on Pete Raider out and ahead. The two teammates are going to want to work together now to determine who's going to lead and who's going to follow. I'm not so sure who's going to be willing to do what role here, but it's a conversation that definitely needs to be had, and unfortunately, it needs to happen at an excess of 200 miles an hour. .7 the gap between Raider and Jack. Catch glimpses of Raider just narrowly ahead of Twisted Jack. 1.6, 1.7 is the gap fluttering around, and it continues to come down as Jack has those C5 tires mounted and he's making good work of them. Last lap around for Jack was a 1:17.5 compared to his teammates' 1:19.9. $1:18.7, $1:18.2, set by Raider and Jack. And then Trevili takes away a purple sector 1 from Cody Lawrence on that last lap, but the 4-lap old C4s that he is driving on. Yeah, 3/10 between Raider and Jack. Gap expands significantly to 1.2 seconds from Aqua Minerales, 0.3 of a second. And I wonder if word was given from Raider to Jack or Jack to Raider to not attack just yet. A 1:16. 1:16.5, the new fast lap set by Anand Trivedi. It'll be 1:19, 1:18 set by these fellows here, but it'll be a run for Twisted Jack coming through the first corner down towards Tamburello. It will be the advancement for Twisted Jack. Oh no. And I think Raider's off in the background here. He is off in the background and hopefully does not get stuck. Oh, he continues to move, so he will be able to finish out this race with just 3 laps remaining. Check off a little bit of that gravel that he's picked up. And you're right as rain. Still come home in P4 with Trent H 36 long seconds behind in P5. Oh no, there's Raider off again. This time at the exit of Ravazza, I think he's going to come down pit road. He might lose the position to Trent now. He will surely lose the position to Trent, as Trent is here and driving right by pit lane. So Trent, by attrition and staying in it at the end of the day, gets a position back. With just 2 laps left to go, mistakes can still be made by even the race leader. Just 2 laps remaining when the leader crosses the line. Another 1:18.5 set by Cody Lawrence. No matter the margin that he has in the lead, he'll still continue to push. Hard-fought battle for Anand Trivedi, who tried everything he could to get by Cody Lawrence. And when he managed to do it, he had to stay mistake-free for the entire duration of the race, but was unable to do so. Fell back behind Cody Lawrence with just a small mistake at Acqua Minerale. And Cody Lawrence was able to get by. Cody Lawrence, though, has been fearless and faultless this entire race duration. Driving us around Imola for 42 laps is definitely no feat of small people. Nearly an hour of running and lapping around Imola's finest automobile track, at least in my opinion. P. Raider snatches away the fastest lap with a 1:16.2 at the end of the day. Cody Lawrence, though, brings it home on lap 42, the one that matters most, and will take the victory here at Imola. Anand Trivedi on the C6 compounds, trying to put the hurt on and get the next fastest lap. Has Purple Sector 1 and Purple Sector 2 to his name. Trivedi brings home P2, and I believe that should be the fastest lap of the race. Yes, a 1:15.345. Jack comes across the line in third for the Team Jumpman Tar Heels F1 team. Trent H in fourth, Raider in fifth, Spunf in sixth, and Cody Fowlers in seventh. That's going to round things out for us tonight, folks. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's been a pleasure to take you from green to checkered flag tonight. I'm Saagar Bakshi, aka The Real High, on behalf of Slipstream Racing. Have a wonderful night, and as always, make sure you stay safe out there. Bye-bye for now.